guys, welcome to today's video where I'm going to be reviewing letters from afar. Let's get started. Okay, now if you aren't familiar with what Letters from Afar is, it is basically a subscription service, and each month we get a letter from a girl named Isabel who is a world traveler, and each letter lets us know her particular destination that month. For instance, this letter is, I believe this is pronounced Merzouga in Morocco, and then like last month we had Kauai in Hawaii. And basically it just details her adventures there in that particular area, kind of the lay of the land, food, people, what the area is known for. For instance, we got a letter from Kathmandu, Nepal, and it talked about prayer bowls and Mount Everest, things like that. And one of the cool things about these letters is that each of them comes with a scavenger hunt. For instance, the letter from Hawaii, there are hidden pineapples throughout this letter, front and back, and you can see they're beautifully painted. And then the one in Merzouga had hidden camels that we had to find, and that is probably the biggest hit. But basically how it works is you sign up for a subscription. You could do it piecemeal, or you could do it in a 6-month installment or a year-long installment. I personally chose the 6-month one. I didn't know how it would go over with my kids. So this was more of an experiment, but I thought that 1 month was just kind of like, what if we loved it and then I'd have to wait to sign up all over again. So I did the 6-month one, and it's working out really, really well. I've gotten 5 letters total, but your first subscription comes with the month's current letter and the previous month's letter. So we got 2 in 1 for our first subscription. We get stamps, like foreign stamps in our letters. So that's really, really cool. These are basically handwritten, hand painted, and then printed on recycled paper. Really, really cool. It's run by a husband and wife team out of North Carolina. And I have loved this subscription so far. This has been really, really great. This is a really great either supplementation to geography, or if you have somebody who's really, really interested in geography, maybe it's their favorite subject, this would be a great purchase. You could honestly even do a curriculum. If you're a homeschooler, you can make a curriculum just based on these letters and then kind of flesh it out from there. Because every month when we get these, we actually do this while we're doing our schoolwork. We'll read the letter. We have a globe in our classroom. We look up the location that Isabel, who the letter is from, she's, you get a letter from Isabel once a month, and she's basically the world traveler who's telling her story. We look up where on earth she is at that time. And according to the website, the gal who runs this, she basically, she loves art and she loves travel, and she wanted to start something that kind of promotes both of those things. And then she wanted to call attention to not only kind of world famous places that you might want to take a little bit more of a deep dive into, like Kauai. Most people, certainly most Americans, have heard of Kauai, and almost everybody on the planet has heard of the Hawaiian Islands. But then she also wanted to call into attention like lesser known areas of the globe. For instance, this one from Merzouga. I had never heard of this place. I'd heard of Marrakesh in Morocco and Casablanca, never this place. So that's just really, really kind of cool that it's kind of like the best of both worlds. It's not just world famous places, although it does include it, but it's on kind of like off the beaten path places as well, which I think is really neat. My children love it. My oldest son more so. My youngest does like doing the searches for the hidden items in each letter, but he's a little too young for like to be interested in like prayer bowls or, you know, dates and stuff like that. That's a little bit more my oldest speed. He's really, really enjoyed it. Every time we get a letter, we sit down, We have a lot of fun, and we even look up like prayables. We had never seen them being used before. We watched a YouTube video all about it. It's really, really cool. So it kind of opens things up for you. So these were a smash hit, and honestly, these are not geared toward any one age group. It's written, obviously, more than likely the main audience is going to be children. But these could honestly be given to anybody who enjoys travel or enjoys like cute artwork and stuff like that. I think this would be really great for somebody who's elderly, who love to travel or likes reading about interesting places. They're just, you know, obviously nobody's really traveling right now. But I think that would be a really, really great letter to get in the mail every month. Honestly, I really do love the experience that we've had with the letter subscription service. You'll have to forgive if you hear the loud YouTube video. My children are with me right now. But honestly, this would make a great gift for pretty much anybody who really, really loves either travel or geography or something like that. Because I even enjoy these letters. These are actually really cool. And I hang them each up on the wall in our classroom in the toy room in our house. So I am absolutely 100% thrilled. I will be renewing, but I mean, when it comes to subscription services, I know most of us are familiar with the boxes, not only for adults, but for children, like Koala Crate, little passports. And then of course, you know, you have like those FabFitFun boxes, Ipsy, stuff like that. So this is very similar to that, but it's significantly cheaper. Each letter runs you about $6. So for my 6-month subscription, I paid 36 bucks. It's pretty good for a really, really beautiful letter that kind of allows you to have a little bit of a deep dive. And I'm a huge believer in travel. I love to travel. We will be doing more when things kind of straighten out a little bit. But it is honestly one of the best things that you can do for yourself and for your children, is to kind of open their eyes to the world. Travel is very unique that way. I encourage you, if you are in a position to, whether financially or even mentally, to travel, because it can be stressful to travel, particularly like going to Hawaii isn't going to be quite as stressful for an American or really anybody as it is to go to Africa. You know, passports, visas, you know, culture shock, all of that stuff would be quite different, but it really does help you to grow. So anyway, just to wrap up, this is a really, really awesome letter subscription. I am totally renewing. I have enjoyed every single one that I've gotten. They're all, again, beautifully illustrated. The letters are really, really cool. You get little factoids here and there, little sayings, like this one says Salam Alaikum, which is how you say, how does she translate it? Hello, peace be on you, which is like the traditional Arabic greeting when you meet somebody. But it's just really, really, it's such a fun thing. It's such an eye-opening thing. It's a great way to introduce kids to geography, other cultures, and it's just a lot of fun. So this has totally been a slam dunk for us. Anyhow, I will have the website linked down below. And like I said, there are a number of different subscription letter services. If you're interested in cooking, there's one geared toward children for cooking. I imagine that one's pretty fluid in terms of age. There's some like that focus on like magic tricks. There's just a ton out there. It's not just limited to the really, really expensive boxes, because I looked at some of those and they're pretty pricey. But this just seemed like a cheaper alternative to kind of get your feet wet and to kind of experiment with a subscription service for kids, which can, if anybody out there who doesn't have kids, just a little bit of insider information, it's always a crapshoot. You never know what they're gonna love or hate. So this is kind of like an easy starter thing. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.